Hi, my lovely spectators. Dee Dee here. Welcome to my studio. So, today we are going to do some journal cards. And I have prepped nearly everything because, of course, I'm going to do them as a mass make because why not, right? So, let me tell you what I've put together and we will then see if this all works out. So, a mass make, sorry, just getting some of the bits and pieces are the idea is to make a lot of the same thing in one go, usually doing the same step for all the items. So I have pulled, or I have, well, pulled from my stash, 20, I don't know if we're going to do this many, 20 index cards. These are the 3x5 that I've coffee dyed. So they have a nice little patina to them, some variation from being stacked while they were drying, etc., etc. So I have pulled 20 of these. Now, the other thing that I have are these little bits over here that if you had seen my Instagram, then you would have seen them because I was doing that this weekend during the blizzard, right? And so I have prepped these as well. Crafalanche. Prep these as well by just inking the edges of all of these guys. So no fussy cutting this time, this weekend, whatever. It was just a matter of taking the image. So where I found these images were on Facebook. There's a lot of people out there that are sharing their stuff that they're making. So I downloaded it and I'll have to look up who it was and I'll try to see if I can give you that information in the description. So they had florals and then they also had butterflies and also birds. Now the birds interest me because I have no bird stuff. It's odd, but I don't. And then these labels, I have a video that I did. I made a bunch of labels on a big old sheet that I had gotten a blank label thing from someone else. Now I already have my own labels to print in my coffee shop. I set them up with all different colors and stuff like that, and I put them out there. There was a lot of work. It's not for free, but you can take a look if you want. But then it was like sometimes, I just don't have the setup to print and scan and cut and all that stuff right now. So anyhow, the other thing that I have here is pieces of Bounty or Brawny or whatever it is that we have in the house. I was doing some not coffee dyeing, food coloring. So first time, this is super duper bright. So definitely I'm waiting to see what these pages look like. I know that the coffee sometimes seems to be light and then it gets super dark. So the fact that these are like this, but there are different gradations, we'll see what happens. The reason for that is that I want to start doing some little golden books and I need some bright colors, to add into all that coffee dye. I punched a circle out of some book page. Now I did not ink this yet, so I'm just gonna do a quick little around the edge. So I'm scorch timbering it all, and if it has it and it's good when it goes onto the page, hey, okay, we're just doing just trying to get a little bit of color in there because it's one of the layers. Okay, I did not do that to that because it has a lot of texture. Oh, scorch timber, distress ink, not oxide. And then I have this. So this is my true junk. This is a piece of my dress. So as a teacher, going to work, carrying stuff all the time, on your front, as you're walking through doors and stuff like that. Well, you got to make sure that everything is capped because then I got a nice little blotch of blue right on my waist area, belly area, and it just did not come out. So I was going to pass the dress on to Goodwill. I said, but no, that's not right because the dress is ruined, right? But then again, somebody may want to take the dress and use it for something else. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to do that. So I took it and I cut up a bunch of pieces for this layering process. And this is a lot, I know. And then I also have my big old bag of, where is it? Coffee dyed cheesecloth. So I may want to pull some of that. It'll either be this or the green or I don't know, both, whatever. So how is this going to work, right? Well, if you have never seen me make something with layers of stuff, I don't, how do you call it? I rarely or very minimally dilly-dally on what goes where. So I'll throw something together and it's like, it looks good. That's it. I'm good. I don't want to second guess myself a ton. I think that can be some other people's process. I just want to get rid of this. And that's cool. That's cool, So my process is to kind of get her done. And I feel like there's so much eclecticness out here when we talk about how people put things together that there's no wrong. There's no wrong. Because, I'm making it, and if I think it looks good, then it looks good. Sometimes I see things that I'm like, oh, I wouldn't do that. And then at the end of the day, it looks good. So this is really open to a lot of interpretations. So what I want to do is I want to lay out a number of cards here. So phase 1, right? So we want to do everything in phases. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out the cards that I want to make. So they are lined. On the back, they have lines. The lines going, of course, up and down, side to side. I am going to do this in a portrait kind of orientation. And the lines are going to be the other way around. You're writing on the back of them, you write on it however, I think that's fine. I didn't want to put them on the front because I don't want to see the lines as part of what I'm doing. So that's one thing. All right, so let's see. We didn't get quite enough of what I wanted, number of what I wanted. So let's move some more space. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we're going to try to do 10. Okay. 10, and then maybe I'll go and do the other 10 after this video. So because 10 is what fits on the studio. Okay, all right, so the idea is that you would do whatever for the first one. I'm not inking it, so that's kind of done. The second thing is to start to do the next layer, right? Well, since it's a mass mate, not all 10 of these are going to go into the same journal. And even if they do it as my journal, I wouldn't care. Okay, if I were selling journals, then possibly I would want to kind of not do that. So what I'm going to do next is I want to put down the pieces that make this. Now, I'm thinking that I wanted to put the fabric on here first. And I did use pinking shears so that way the fabric wouldn't fray, even though fraying is a good thing. So I'm just putting it on here, right? Because this is like what I'm thinking is going to go, right? And I'm, of course, not gluing it down yet because I should be, but in a mass make you think I would, but this is not how that one didn't get cut properly. So, right? So we got that. Okay. Now, I need to add another layer. So now I was thinking to add the book page piece. Okay, so I'm going to just throw a piece of book page onto each one of these. So this guy didn't really get that much ink on him. So I'm going to grab the whole stack. Okay, and just, again, lay them down. I'm going to not use the one that has less words. I want to use the ones that have more words. This paper is from an old book. It's vintage. It was so buttery to cut. I cut what is it called? I don't even know, like a good 7 or 8 sheets with no resistance at all from the tearing. It wasn't even a tearing rule, it was a regular school ruler. Okay, so now we have that, and so now I want to add another layer. I was thinking to add another piece of paper, but then I'm just like, no, we have the same thing. So this is where the cheesecloth, right, would come in, or possibly the green. So I prepped most things, but I forgot about the cheesecloth. So let me grab a piece of cheesecloth, just ripping it down so I can have a piece to work with. No, my little birdie's still there. All right, and then going to just take a piece. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I don't want you to see me struggle, so I could just cut it. yeah, I'm gonna have to just cut it, guys. I gotta have to cut it. So if I take a piece of cheesecloth and I just like lay it there in the center, that's it. Okay, take another piece, stretch it out, whatever. I don't want the straight edges to be so visible, right? So we're gonna put that there. Okay. Another piece, we'll take a piece from here. Okay. It's kind of big, but it's a journal card, and it's 3x5 is not that small. It's a decent size. Okay, we're just cutting pieces off the cheesecloth. Ow, I stabbed myself with the scissor. Okay. So, okay. So I don't know. Would you call this? Would you still call it? I think that every time I do a thing where I'm doing the same steps and making up multiples, I always ask the same thing. But hey, you may be new here, so would you consider this mask making? I don't know. I think so. So it's just a matter of getting her done. So let me get 3 more pieces. And honestly, the layering, that's it. I'm not even concerned about where right now or how the positioning looks, right? And I'm not going to be that much more concerned when I go to glue it down, to be honest with you. So here we go. We have that. All right. So we're done with the cheesecloth. I'll just throw it over there. All right. So the next part is that I wanted to add the little images. Now, I've got flowers, I've got butterflies, and I've got little birdies. So one I feel is just too little. So I wanted to see about putting the 3 different elements on here. And I was like, I would be good with that, right? Because they kind of it's like nature. So, that's what I was thinking. Now, I didn't think I would need, I was thinking I might need a word. So that's why I brought the labels out and stuff like that. So if I were to move these up a little bit and more of a cluster there, I could throw a label down there. So I think that's what my journal card is going to look like. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to grab a label. They're each going to get one. I'm not even looking at what it says because it doesn't say anything because they're made to just be a textural visual element in the back, right? Like that. And here. Then I'm going to take a floral. So these are all my little flowers over here. So I have a ton, okay? So we're going to have, no, that's a butterfly. Here's the flower. They're trying to break into the other thing. Pink. Doesn't matter. Why am I saying the color? Because it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay. The set was really cute. It had a lot of different little flowers and it has its own little texture. But I still did do a I'm gonna stick to, there's some that had clusters. I'm sticking to single flowers. Right? And there. And let's see. What color do I not have? I think I pretty much, oh, this one. I know there was a little blue flower in here, okay? So I would say right now I'm done with the flower. Now I'm gonna go grab the butterfly, and I'm not really even looking at the butterfly and where am I putting it. Unless it's the same color when I put it down, then it's like, oh, no. We need to, they got mixed up. That's because I didn't move things around nicely. Ah, all the birds, okay. Let me go over here. Okay. Just put that there. Put this one here. Put that one there. Let's put this one here and let's put that one there. Okay. Did I get one on each one? Nope, she's missing one. Let's put that there. Okay. All right. So we're almost done with what we need and what we're going to be doing, and then we're just gonna glue. So I'm gonna just look and see to put it where it's not the same colors, right? So people might be like, oh my god, that's all over the place with the colors. Yeah, but I like it to be fun and bright, and I think that that's cute. So put that one there. Where am I missing one? Here. Two. Now it's just 2 the same. I mean, I will look a little bit, right? A little bit. Let's put that. Oh, he's got flowers on him. No, so let's not do that. He's in a nest, but that's okay. And then this one can go here. And Yeah, okay. So that is good. That is good. We are good. Okay, now I got the glasses on where I can actually see everything. And so I'm going to use, I don't know, should I put a little piece of this for some vibrancy, or that might be a little too much? You know, because then it's like another thing that we have to add to the mix. I mean, it does look kind of cute. All right, well, I can always stick it under the label, so we can think about that after we get most of this stuff down. So what I kind of do is I will just, if it looks like it's positioned well, I know this corner. Oh, come on. You've been just chilling there. I think all of these things, they don't like these nozzles, I swear. Right? This little corner, it was touching that flower there. Right? This butterfly was touching that flower there. And they were together. So they're already together. Then I'm just going to come in. I'm going to put Fabri-Tac. Oh, why are you acting up, bro? Okay. This is causing me agita, bro. I thought I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have a decently timed video. And now this wants to act up on me. Okay, here it's coming out now. I don't know. I like it. I just feel like it's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. Fabri-Tac is weird. Okay. I'm not even looking at how it's positioned. Honestly, I just want to see the edge of this. This guy, you know what? I'm going to get some paper glue for this. Okay. And we're going to just put it there. I am going to put the words up the proper way. Done, done, and done. And then because this is going to be, how do you call it? Between it, I'm just going to go like that. Put the cheesecloth right there. Take my little cluster. Okay, and I said I wanted my cluster to be right about here. Okay, so we're going to hold that for a minute. I need to move it over because I'm not on the board. Okay, so this is not art glitter glue. This is actually original Gorilla wood glue. I'm liking it for that movability. I probably don't need that movability right now, so I think I will switch that out. Okay, so the last thing that I have to do is to glue on this. So now I'm thinking, do we want to have a little bit of that on here? So let's see. I don't need that for that. This is paper towel. Okay, this is my art. I'm just going to put a little bit of art right there. Okay, let's put that there. I'm going to press that down. Art is going to be holding that down. Hold it down, Art. And then we'll just take the label and attach it there. Straight, that I will say, straight for the label. The cheesecloth is giving it a little bulk, but there we go. All right, that's it. That's my card. That's my journal card. So I am actually kind of just working from the top down. So again, we've got these guys like this. So it's like, okay, this bird is touching here. Okay, and then it was touching the butterfly. Something like that. Okay, that's fine. Now we do the Fabri-Tac. Let me go the other way. Okay, and I just put some Fabri-Tac right there for the fabric. Okay, showing a little bit of the edge. Okay. Then we have the glue for the words. Okay. Okay. Then we have the glue for the cheese cloth. gonna do that right there. And this is gonna get glue all over the entire back. I'm gonna put a little candy corner like that. Okay, this one we're gonna, hopefully it'll hold a little faster, which it is. Okay, good, good. Okay. If it's lifting a little bit because there is bulk, we'll just add a little bit more right there, and there's good. Then we have this guy here for the label, just to give it that extra little pop of color. Okay, we're gonna put that right here, and then we're gonna take our label. Okay, little bulk over here, so let's add some more to that of the art glitter glue, helping us with its speed. Okay, and we got 2. All right, I'm gonna move them to the side so we can just be like, okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. We know that the butterfly is going to be attached to that, and on here and here we're going to attach the bird. Okay, so that's done. Then we will need some Fabri-Tac for the fabric. Oh my god, how many times am I going to say that as I'm doing this? Anyway, so how many of you guys were out in the east like me and experienced the blizzard? Wasn't it crazy? It was crazy. I mean, it was crazy in that how many people were like talking about it, and also the schools and stuff like that, because, you know, teacher. But also, like, it was, how do you call it? At one point, I went to look, and just the way the wind was blowing was just, oh my goodness. I was just like, oh my, it's crazy. So yeah, so I was surprised at the speed of the wind and stuff. But the hubby was able to kind of take out the you know, make a little road path and everything else really quickly and stuff within around the house to the front and the back and stuff. Yeah, so I don't want it hanging off. Okay, that's the only thing. If it does a little bit, because I can't avoid it, but it's not like the major thing if it does. Okay, and then over here where it's a little bulky. Okay, so we are almost done with this one. Okay, got the bulk spots. And then we have our little piece of greenery. I don't know, maybe you guys think I didn't need that green, but I felt I wanted it. Green is my favorite color. I mean, if you see my logo, right? My logo is on the green side. And if you see my little caricature, you also have seen that I'm wearing green, you know, in the caricature. And that's because I told it to put me in green. Okay, so that's 3 down. Let's see here. All right, so again, oh, I didn't notice that. So I did cut this out to make it have this little thing, like a little stamped shape, but I didn't want to use that for now, so let's just change it out. I don't think I took another one. I was just seeing, but it's like it was a lot. It was a lot of them. So I don't know if I wanted to do the stamping. So we're gonna do this a little different. Let's change it up and put the flower on top. Okay, so to make the little cluster, right? So this is already good. And now this. So my question, if we're mask making, right? I know, like, I don't know, like the silence bothers me. I feel like I gotta talk, guys. I know sometimes I watch them and there's no talking, and it's okay. But I do lose a little bit of interest when that happens. So that's why. But like, other than the blizzard, I don't know what else to talk about, you know? every time I'm talking about the same thing. I'm home, I'm a teacher. Oh, wait, my daughter's going to be 18 tomorrow. She's not going to be a baby. Well, she's always going to be my baby, but she's not going to be a baby anymore. So, yeah, she's going to be 18. And she's going to finish high school this year in June. She's going to graduate. And I have no idea what's next. We did apply to some place. At first she didn't want to go to college at all. So, but then she came up to us with she wanted to go someplace specific, and we applied. And if she gets in, hopefully. If not, we'll have to change directions. But we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, she didn't really connect after COVID with kids. She happened to be just going into middle school when it happened, so that's a very critical part of their socialization is the middle school time, and she didn't really have that. So, yeah, now she's just she's her own person, but she's just a little weird sometimes now. She's smart and everything, but she's very shy. Okay, so I'm gonna glue that down here through the thing. I gotta hold it down, but then I don't want to get stuck to it. Okay, I'll get more in there with this guy. Okay. Let's get through the bulk. Yeah, so she's gonna be graduating. We're in New York, and I know that the postal system has got some ads out that they're hiring. Oh, this one got popped up a little bit here on this side. Okay. Don't get stuck, dude. Yeah, okay. So I'm told to apply. That's a good gig. I think that they have like a really good retirement policy. So you do your years in, like freaking how do you call it? Milkmen have better policies than the teachers in terms of retirement. So, yeah, most other city workers and some other jobs that are like that kind of base, they have really great retirements. With the teachers, every year they make it worse and worse, and it's been horrible for some of these new teachers coming in to the school system. Right now with my tier, you have to have 30 years in and a minimum of 55 years old, which is in itself a lot. But the new tier is really bad. I think it's like 30 years, and you have to also be 62. So if you're coming right out of school to be a teacher, you're going to be teaching way more than 30 years in order to reach your age to get your full benefit. And that's not cool. Whereas the police and other city agencies don't have, it's like you're 25 years and you're done. Whatever you started when you were 20, or you started when you were 40, 20 years in, or 25 years, whatever it is, and you're done. Nope, not the TOE. So anyway, all right. So okay. All right, how long? So we've been here half an hour. So we've done 5. Some of it, probably the first 10 minutes was going over the process idea. But yeah, I don't know. I think that this is really good enough. We did 5 together. You saw my process. Hopefully it inspires you to try to just wing it and just, go with it and not overthink sometimes. And just, stick some stuff to the paper and see what happens. So now I'm going to have a bunch of journal cards ready to be put in to my journals once I get myself going. And yeah, and I still have space where if I wanted to round the corners, I could. So let me just press down the bulk. Yeah, so even though it's only 5, I think I'm going to wrap it up because I think you get the idea of it. And I know my videos have been really long. And for mass make videos, I think if you're showing a process, then, cool. There's nothing more different to say than the few things that I did right now. So they are all very much similar. So look, right? And I think that they are very, what is the word? Neutral enough that they could go in any kind of a journal, honestly. But again, that's just my opinion. So if you're new here and you came by to see what I was up to, thank you so much for coming. If you are current subscriber, already subscriber, cool that you came back to visit. And if any case, like, comment, guys, the newbies, stay around, subscribe. And I'm gonna keep throwing videos up and stuff like that. Whenever I do something, I'm recording it, I'm gonna just upload it. So you may get a few more uploads today because we're home. There's no school today in my area. So anyway, so until next time, ciao ciao, bye.